Hey, we're here today to talk about Enduro Engineering's bike stand, e-bike stand. These guys make a lot of Moto stuff. I actually have their chainsaw mount on my e-bike. I'll get a review of that going on here in a minute. But first, I just want to talk about the stand. If you're interested in these, you can go to the website, www.loneroamer.com, and we've got stands available. You can come pick them up here locally and give you a little bit of a discount for being a YouTube subscriber. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and I'll be able to verify that. So Enduro Engineering made this amazing stand. I found them a while back. I actually have my e-bike stored on them. There's photos you can see if you go onto the Instagram page where I've had lots of bikes on them, and I'm going to talk about sort of how they work real quick. They're pretty easy to put together. You've got a button head here that's a 4mm Allen, and this cross piece goes on. You will loosen on this side, let me take this up. You will loosen this knob and that will help you adjust this height. So you'll turn this knob like this. It is best if you loosen these, it goes even easier. But you can see where you can just sort of change the height of the thing like that, okay? The powder coating on the finish is very nice on the finish of it. And then all this is stainless in all these areas, and then they have this nice wheel holder. So I'll put a picture up of how it works, but to give you an idea, I'm going to move over and show you. They're incredibly stable when they're on it. This thing does not wobble around. All stainless again. These are 6mm heads, and then the way you adjust this piece and it slides, and that's how you adjust how the bike sits on. So you want this piece here with these rubber mounts centered under the bottom bracket or under the motor weight, depending on what you have on one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the bike and show you how well it stays on this stand. I'll be right back. All right, so you can see this bike is on the stand. I wanted to give you some idea of just how stable it is. You're walking along, you bump the bike. You can bump this bike pretty hard. See that? I mean, that is not a light whack, and it is coming right back to center. So the stability of the stand is spectacular. I mean, you're putting expensive bikes on these things, it should be, right? Okay, so let's do this. See if I can turn you this way. You can pick the whole bike up on the stand. That's something else that I've noticed. And then when you get down into this part, you can see, here I'll tip it off. You can see that you want that piece centered up under that motor weight. And you'll adjust every kind of bike accordingly. I have them adjusted for actually, this bike was on one, I've got it all set up. At one point I had them all on, I've gone through it. They work as well for regular mountain bikes as they do for e-bikes, but this level of stability, nothing. I mean, you just continues to wobble straight up and the thing gets all settled in. So I noticed when you wobble them pretty hard, this happened before, if you just step on that, if you bumped it, put the legs back down on the ground, because this will turn under like it's supposed to. The other thing to know about this is the way this piece works, right, is you'll put your bike in it and then you'll set your front tire on the ground, and that triangulates the bike a little better. So that's how the stand works. They retail for 150 bucks. They're amazing bike stands. The other thing, and this is really important, set up correctly, you can pedal forward, lube your e-bike chain. So instead of having to figure out how to do it backwards or using, the tool I built with a 5mm Allen key, on this bike it's actually a 4mm Allen key. So because of the chainring bolts I used, right? So instead of having to get a 4mm Allen key coming up against it with the crank arm and pedal backwards, by using this stand, you simply pedal forward with the bike off, of course, but pedal forward and lube your chain. So it solves that. It also makes a great work stand. One, because it's so stable. Two, if you want to change things about your bars, it's actually locked into place. You're not going to have things flopping around. The other thing, I think this is kind of interesting to show, it's actually so stable. You can sit up here, move around. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So you can straighten your bars while it's on the stand, get all your alignment right, do everything while it's sitting on this stand. So, and this worked, again, as perfectly fine with a regular bike. I did it with both. So Well, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let me know you want one of these. I'll get you a discount on one for being a subscriber. And I hope to see you out on the trails.